Again, let's start from the prediction read alouds. Weekly predictions or October predictions, right? The bill calls for the establishment of the National Landslide Hazards Reduction Program within 1 year of becoming law. The program serves numerous functions, including to identify and understand landslide hazards. बाकी बताओ risks, reduce losses from landslides, protect communities at risk of landslide hazards, and improve communication and emergency preparedness. Agricultural problems due to climate change, abnormal weather, water depletion, and the collapse of soil have become big problems in all parts of the world. Many are now focusing on ethics and family farming as a way to combat these issues. An innovative new product or service can give a firm a head start over its rivals, which can be difficult for a new entrant to overcome. If the new technology is also patented, then other firms cannot simply copy its design. It is legally protected. A community's urban forest is an extension of its pride and community spirit. Trees enhance community economic stability by attracting businesses and tourists as people tend to linger and shop longer along tree-lined streets. Apartments and offices in wooded areas rent more quickly, and businesses leasing office spaces in developments with trees reported higher productivity and fewer absences. The networks of roots that plants use to absorb water and nutrients can encompass a space larger than the part of the plant visible above ground. The nature of these root systems can help plants adapt to challenging environments such as deserts. Within this free course, you will be introduced briefly to the discipline of child psychology and to theories that approaches that have been developed to help us understand and support children's lives by focusing on individual children. Psychologists can assess changes in their child's abilities over time, including their physical, cognitive, social, and emotional development. The course considers the ways in which thinkers have responded to the particular political problems of the day and the ways in which they contribute to a broader conversation about human goods and needs, justice, democracy, and the proper relationship of the individual to the state. Statistics are indicators of change and allow meaningful comparisons to be made. While it may be the issues rather than the statistics as such as that grab people's attention, it should be recognized that it is the statistics that inform the issues. Statistical literacy, then, is the ability to accurately understand, interpret, and evaluate the data that inform these issues. Okay. 380 years after his death, William Shakespeare remains the central author of the English-speaking world. He is the most quoted poet and the most regularly produced playwright, and now among the most popular screenwriters as well. Why is that, and who is he? So the next one is rates of depression. At a time when stress levels are soaring, rates of depression are increasing and the gap between rich and poor is ever widening. We believe that giving can play a positive role in helping people to feel connected to those around them and generate a sense of purpose and hope. When we give, we feel valued, useful, and happy. So the next one is tutor. Your tutor helps you make the most of your time at university by giving you guidance and support along the way. All new students are allocated a personal tutor who will encourage you to get the most out of your course, direct you to the other sources of support, and help you achieve your goals. This one is tested of 165, right? Okay. So next one is attendance. To some extent, attendance at cultural venues and events is influenced by a person's age and the composition of the household in which they live. For example, those people in households with dependent children were more likely to visit zoological parks and aquariums than people living in single person households. Inner fluid 1022. Your body is nearly two-thirds water, and so it is really important that you consume enough fluid to stay hydrated and healthy. If you don't get enough fluid, you may feel tired, get headaches, and not perform at your best. The tortoise size and shell shape varies depending on where they live. The shell is made of bone and there is a dull brown color. The ribs, backbone, and breastbone have become part of the shell, which is why you can never separate the tortoise from its shell. So the next one is department stores. In this course, we will explore how such things as department stores, nationally advertised brand name goods, mass-produced cars, and suburbs transform the American economy, society, and politics. The course is organized both thematically and chronologically. Each period deals with a new development in the history of consumer culture. Experts discuss the significance of attending the theater as a civic occasion, associated with the political and cultural achievements of Athens. Through archaeology and analysis of contemporary art forms such as decoration on pottery, a picture is built from ancient Greek theater. Norms and values. Members of a culture must conform to its norms for the culture to exist and function. Hence, members must want to conform and obey rules. They first must internalize the social norms and values that dictate what is normal for the culture. Then they must socialize or teach norms and values to their children. There are few and several scores we can see here, guys, that Lalita Tambal has just achieved 90 out of with the scoring of the seconds 100s, right? Let's listen.
Members of a culture must conform to its norms for the culture to exist and function. Hence, members must want to conform and obey rules. They first must initialize the social norms and values that dictate what is normal for the culture. Then they must socialize or teach norms and values to their children.
Okay, very nice pronunciation and fluency. Yet internalize got some diffractions and culture. Bro, accept this, everything is just alright, okay? Sahil, Vinny, Biti, it's all good, Yankee, etc. Very nice. So the next one is learner experience. So what is the learner's experience? Let's see. We seek to improve learners' experience of education at college and help them to aspire, achieve, and progress. We must embed equality and diversity in everything we do, both as a provider and an employer. We hope to prepare our students for work, higher education, and citizenship by equipping our staff with the skills to meet this agenda. Okay. What are the excellent answers? That one is ISR, that has got 79 out of 90. Sunshine, Jessica, that all are very good. That's a nice one. Let's move on another. That's making notes. Okay. What is the main purpose of making notes? That is, the whole purpose of making notes is to aid your learning. Okay. It is important to go back over them within a day of making them to make sure they make sense and make them legible for future revisions. Also, going back over them should highlight the key questions of areas in which you want to do further reading. That's a nice one. Ishita Goyal, very nice. 90 out of 90. That's amazing. Don't say. That all are very nice. So the next one is a new textbook. What is about the new textbook? This is a new, accessible, and engaging textbook written by academics who also work as consultants with organizations undergoing change. It offers a unique combination of rigorous theoretical exploration together with practical insights from working with those who are actually responsible for managing change. Okay, so the next one is volcano behaviors. There were various explanations for volcano behavior before the structure of the Earth's mantle as a semi-solid material was developed. For decades, awareness that compression and radioactive materials may be heat sources was discounted, and volcanic action was often attributed to chemical reactions and a thin layer of molten rock near the surface. So let's move on another. That's hybrid rice. A new breed of rice that is a hybrid of an annual Asian rice and a perennial African rice could be a more sustainable option. The hybrid rice was able to produce grain for 8 consecutive harvests over 4 years at a yield comparable to the standard annual Asian rice with much lower costs and labor. Baby here. Most babies start developing their hearing while still in the womb, prompting some hopeful parents to play classical music to their pregnant bellies. Some research even suggests that infants are listening to adult speech as early as 10 weeks before birth, gathering the basic building blocks of their family's native tongue. Absolutely right. Masuma, Shiri, Bruce. That's a nice one. Stroke risk. It's a 1005 of a read aloud APNE. People in their 20s and 30s who drink moderate to heavy amounts of alcohol may be more likely to have a stroke as young adults than people who drink low amounts of no alcohol. According to a study, the risk of stroke increased the more years people reported moderate or heavy drinking. Globalization refers to a set of changes rather than a single change. Many of these changes are social, cultural, and political rather than purely economic. And one of the main drivers, in addition to the global marketplace, is the communication revolution. Experts are now able to forecast weather in much more long period. We can see from the X-rays that at an early stage of painting, a window was painted at the left of the portrait. It seems that there may have been 2 windows in the initial design for the portrait, or that the window was moved at an early stage. Researchers found that couples with higher satisfaction in relationship had greater neural synchronization while watching mirror-related clips. But they don't know whether there is selection-based behaviors arising from similar brain activity or whether couples evolve over time to develop it. Dyes and pigments. The dyes and pigments available in any particular period in which a specific color photographic process was invented, manufactured, and used have profound effects on the quality of color that defines most of the style and particular historical period. That's one got nice. This is my actions and the Antarctic. The world's 5th largest continent, Antarctica is almost entirely covered by ice 2,000 meters thick. The area sustains varied wildlife including seals, whales, and penguins. The Antarctic Treaty, signed in 1959 and enforced since 1961, provides for international governance of Antarctica. Shankar, yes, LDA, Dharma, Srijan. Very nice, very nice. So let's check out some scores of LDA.
The world's fifth largest continent, Antarctica, is almost entirely covered by ice 2,000 meters thick. The area sustains varied wildlife including seals, whales, and penguins. The Antarctic Treaty, signed in 1959 and enforced since 1961, provides for international governance of Antarctica.
Globalization, the benefits and disadvantages of globalization are the subject of ongoing debate. The downside to globalization can be seen in the increased risk for the transmission of diseases. Globalization has of course led to great good too. Richer nations now can come to the aid of poor nations in crisis. Increasing diversity in many countries has meant more opportunity to and to celebrate other cultures. Despite a number of events in recent years devoted to language diversity, language endangerment, and multilingualism, such as the International Year of Languages, public awareness of the issues is still remarkably limited. Only 1 in 4 of the population know that the half of the languages of the world are so seriously endangered that they are unlikely to survive the present century. Tissues and organs. Tissues are grouped together in the body to form organs. This includes the brain, heart, lungs, kidneys, and liver. Each body organ has a specific shape and is made up of different types of tissue that work together. For example, the heart consists mainly of a specialized type of muscle tissue which contracts rhythmically to provide the heart's pumping action. Hunter-gatherer. The life of a hunter-gatherer is indeed, as Thomas Hobbes said of the state in nature, solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. In some respects, to be sure, wandering through the jungle begging monkeys may be preferable to the hard slog of subsistence agriculture. Rohini Tarnach, nice name, Verinder Sahil. Very good. Let's listen out of this. Let's get Sahil.
The life of a hunter-gatherer is indeed, as Thomas Hobbes said, of a state of nature, solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. In some respects, to be sure, wandering through the jungle begging monkeys may be preferable to the hard slog of subsistence agriculture.
We can already see here, guys, the word solitary, it's a solitary, right? British. It should be clear, very preferable. Agriculture, you can say agriculture. You should use agriculture very clearly, okay? So the next one is recurring dream. Having the same dream again and again is a well-known phenomenon. Nearly 2/3 of the population report having recurring dreams. Being chased, finding yourself naked in a public place or in the middle of a natural disaster, losing your teeth, or forgetting to go to class for an entire semester are typically recurring scenarios in these dreams. The following story is on the topic of recurring dreams, guys, right? Like some surprising events such as being yourself naked in the public places or getting lost out of during your all semester classes. Okay, the scenarios in these dreams are right now. Economic depression. An economic depression is a period of sustained long-term downturn in economic activity in one or two more economies. It is more severe than a recession, which is a slowdown in economic activity over the course of a normal business cycle. Economic depressions are characterized by the length and by abnormally large increases in unemployment rate. So the next one is history is selective. What history books tell us about the past is not everything that happened, but what historians have selected. They cannot put in everything, choices have to be made. Choices must similarly be made about which aspects of the past should be formally taught to the next generation in the shape of school history lessons. Rajat Kumar, very nice, excellent answer. Why, 87 by 90, nice. So the next one is biodiversity. We understand the importance of supporting and restoring biodiversity, and we are teaming up with the world's leading molecular biologists, technologists, conservation biologists, conservation organizations, ethicists, and thought leaders to call for intended consequences. To help us safely use all the available tools that can provide this advantage, we need to turn the tide on species loss. These decisions are highly nuanced. Of course, we use a lot of data to inform our decisions, but we also rely very heavily on late iteration, research, testing, intuition, and human empathy. Now, sometimes the designers who work on these products are called data driven, which is a term that totally drives us bonkers. The fact is, it would be irresponsible of us not to rigorously test our designs when so many people are to get it right. So the next one is protein tau 421. Researchers have found a novel form of the Alzheimer's protein tau in the fluids surrounding the brain and spinal cord. This form of tau, known as MTBR tau, indicates what stage of Alzheimer's a person is in and tracks with tangles of tau protein in the brain. So the next one is mass extinctions. Mass extinctions. Mass extinctions of land-dwelling animals, including amphibians, reptiles, mammals, and birds, follow a cycle of about 27 million years, coinciding with previously reported mass extinctions of ocean life, according to a new analysis. Electricity discoveries. The words are Royal Institution, organization, many scientists, Michael Faraday, generating electricity, possible play games, consoles, much and more.
The Royal Institution is an organization that has been around for 209 years. Many of the people that have worked here have been scientists themselves, including Michael Faraday. He made the discoveries that made generating and using electricity much easier, making it possible for us all to switch on lights, cook our dinner, play games, consoles, much more. The Royal Institution is an organization that has been around for 209 years. Many of the people that have worked here have been scientists themselves, including Michael Faraday. He made the discoveries that made generating and using electricity much easier, making it possible for us all to switch on lights, cook our dinner, play games, consoles, much more.
Okay, that's right. That's good. Very good. Very perpetual. Australian mining industry. Australia has one of the world's most important mining industries. It is a major exporter of coal, iron ore, gold, and copper, and is self-sufficient in minerals bar petroleum. Since the first discoveries, the coal in 1798, mineral production has risen every year. In the decade to 1992, it doubled. It says
Australia has one of the world's most important mining industries. It is a major exporter of coal, iron ore, gold, and copper, and is self-sufficient in all minerals for petroleum. Since the first discoveries, the coal in 1798, mineral production has risen every year. In the decade to 1992, it doubled.
well, very fine, very nice. It's the next one is tourism. Tourism is a challenging sector which divides statistics since businesses serve tourists also serve local people. Therefore, it is not straightforward to estimate how much business sectors revenues and how many jobs are due to tourist expenditures. So the next one is information technology. The emergence of information technology has created new products, processes, and distribution systems. New products include the computer, the internet, and digital TV. New processes include internet banking, automated inventory control, and automated teller machines. And new distribution systems include cable and satellite TV. Okay, that's a good one. SKK.
The emergence of information technology has created new product, process, and distribution systems. New products include the computer, the internet, and digital TV. New processes include internet banking, automated inventory control, and automated teller machines, and new distribution systems include cable and satellite TV.
Very nice. That one word is about processes. Okay, that is not enough stress is observed in this word processes. The next one is colloquialisms. Australians speak English, of course, but for many tourists and even some locals, Australian English has only tenuous links with mother tongue. Our speech is prepared with words and phrases whose arcane meanings are understood only by the initiate. It is these colorful colloquialisms that Australian slang said to truly explain. I cannot see any satisfied score in this section, so you can try with your best fluency and pronunciation. Okay, guys. Next one is girls versus boys. It's a 250 in the AP application. Okay, Udit M. Patel just asked me that why don't you submit the answers? Just about for your information, kind information, Udit M. Patel, that I don't have enough tickets and VIP. That's why I'm not doing some enough scorings. But you want to see my scoring? If you want to see my scoring, just you can check out my channel. Okay. So our next paragraph is teenage girls are continuing to outperform boys in English, while the gender gap in achievements in math and science has almost disappeared. The figures show that last year 80% of 14-year-old girls reached at least expected level 5 in English, compared with 65% of boys. But in math, the girls are just 1% ahead of boys, while in science the difference is 2%. You can also say or pronounce as percentage instead of percent, right? The next one is men mid-light. Have you ever pictured a world without lights? Just think how much we rely on man-made light sources in our lives. Without engineers, we wouldn't be able to live the way we do. No street lights, no TV, no computer display, no house lights. Engineers design and build all these things. Engineers design and build all these things, and they also design, build, and run the electricity systems that power all these light sources. Living streets, morning, neighbors, gardens, hidden secret. Imagine living all your life as the only family on your street. Then one morning you open the front door and discover houses all around you. You see neighbors tending their gardens and children walking to school. Where did all the people come from? What if the answer turned out to be that they had always been there, you just hadn't seen them? Next one is beauty contests. Jennifer Hawkins and Lauren Eagle were crowned Miss Universe and Miss Teen International respectively. Pigeons in this country. Beauty contests, whether it's Miss Universe or Miss Teen International, are demeaning to women and out of sync with the times. Opponents say that they are nothing more than symbols of decline. Since Australians Jennifer Hawkins and Lauren Eagle were crowned Miss Universe and Miss Teen International respectively, there has been a dramatic increase in interest in beauty pageants in this country. Our next one is companies. Net neutral impact, right? Cherishing their people. Yes, paraphrasing that, cherishing their people. Financial results, imprint they live on society, ensuring that their products. Companies will want to be known not just for the financial results they generate, but equally for the imprint they leave on society as a whole. First, ensuring that their products contribute positively. Second, operating in a way that approaches a net neutral impact to the natural environment. And third, cherishing their people. Traditional divisions of domestic work are understood to persist because of the strong association of the home with femininity, and paid work with masculinity. To challenge who does what in the home is arguably tantamount to challenging what it is to what in the home is arguably tantamount to challenging what it is to be a woman or a man. Okay guys, done for today. We have done 51 prediction read alouds completed. Okay, thank you for the watching. Meet you soon. Thank you.